Parents left today, and I immediately got in the car, drove to Sacramento, which is an hour and a half each way, for a work thing. Did my work thing, came back and trained. And so yesterday, when we got back after, driving 6 hours, it actually a total of like 12 hours in 2 days, I went to the office for a couple hours, and just little things like stuff like that in the past, I wouldn't have done that. Like, I wouldn't have just stacked stuff back to back like that. I would have rested more because I would have told myself, oh, I need to rest, which isn't true. Like, I didn't need to rest. I did everything that I did, and maybe I was a little tired, but I still did it. And so, like, grinding through those moments when just like, part of me is saying, oh, do I really want to do this? It's like, yeah, I feel better at the end of the day now, having done all those things, than if I had given myself a break and skipped something. Because it doesn't feel better. It doesn't feel better to do less. I feel like we're always telling ourselves, like, oh, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta, self-care. I feel like self-care is like grinding and making yourself as tough as possible, as resilient as possible, and doing as much as possible. And you do need to rest, like you need sleep or whatever. Every once in a while you need to take a day off from training or, whatever. But your body will tell you when you need that. But I feel like we can go a lot further than we think we can. So you kind of need to stop thinking. Because if we think, then our thoughts will tell us, oh yeah, I shouldn't drive 3 hours round trip to Sacramento for a 1 hour event, right? I shouldn't, train for a second day, for a second time today. Whatever. I shouldn't make that extra call. I shouldn't, keep working on this deal. Whatever. It's so easy to stop. I don't know. I see it all the time in people, like even, successful people. But it's like, we just don't push ourselves. The average person isn't looking to fulfill their potential. The average person is looking to get by. And there may be, certain things they do really well, but they don't apply that same discipline or rigor or adventurism or whatever to everything. And I think the point is to try to apply it to everything. To try to do everything to the best of your ability. Which doesn't mean like be good at a bunch of different things. It can. But I think it's like whatever you're doing, give your best to it. And also, give your best to as many different things as you can. I see people, and again, like they're successful people, but it's like they're not as consistent as you would think. Maybe they were at some point. Maybe they're relaxing or something, but it's like, oh, really? Like that person took a break there? I would have thought they would have kept going through, So, which tells me like if you can really embrace just like grinding and just doing it every day, being consistent, you can really get far. And you just have to never stop. But it's easier. Like there are days when I think like, oh, I'll take a day off from training, but it actually feels worse to not train. Like there are days when I'm really tired and it feels good to not train. Like that's clearly a day when I should not train. But most days, I'm tired most days, but it wouldn't feel better to stay home. It would feel worse. I would feel like there's that last bit of energy that I need to drain from myself that I haven't drained because I'm being lazy. And I used to do that all the time. I used to live like that. And I'm a lot happier just pushing myself to the limit and finding new limits.